Alright guys, time for another haul video slash unboxing video, and this one I'm really excited about because I get to unbox this thing. It's called Retro Game Treasure, and what it is, it's a monthly subscription that sends you retro games to your house each month. And I thought that was just really cool, so I just had to sign up for it. I found out about it last month, thanks to 8-Bit Eric. I'll link the video that I found out about it on. And I was able to get $3 off thanks to 8-Bit Eric, so I actually asked Buck the Megabuck, the guy who heads this company, if I could give you guys a code so you could get $3 off on your first month, because I just think this is a really neat idea. And also, a really cool thing about it is that you can actually put in your entire collection on the site, so that way they don't send you doubles, and you can also put like a wish list of stuff too. And you get to select which consoles that you want to collect for, and they have like NES, Super Nintendo, N64, Genesis, and up to like GameCube, Xbox, and PS2 recently. So yeah, a lot of games for different consoles that they send out to each month. I wouldn't expect any like rare titles to come in these boxes, maybe some like uncommon ones, but that's the most I've seen anybody get. From what I've seen, it's mostly stuff that's just common and stuff to fill out your collection. Which I do need, because I only have around like 200 games and only about half of those are retro games. So a service like this is not really for the collectors that have a ton of stuff already, it's for collectors like me that don't have a ton of stuff. And that doesn't have a lot of places around him that sell retro games, and most of the stuff around me are pretty overpriced. Though I do find some stuff sometimes. But enough about talking about it, let's open it. And this is the first time I'm opening it. It actually hasn't been opened yet, so this is going to be a genuine reaction from me. By the way, the code to get $3 off on your first month is Paleo, like it is with Loot Crate. And like I said, I signed up for this. This isn't like a sponsored video. This is just something that I really wanted to get. And I just asked them if they wanted to give me a code so you guys could get a few dollars off on your first month, because I think it's really cool. Got the bags in here. And it seems like there are 4 games. There are 3 to 5 games that they send you each month. Alright, the first thing, and these are all really good condition. Pinocchio on the Super Nintendo, one of the Disney games on Super Nintendo. I hear this is actually a pretty alright game. Star Wars Shadows of the Empire. I don't actually have this. This is a very common game on the system, but I don't have this one. I've heard good things about it. Gacha, which is a light gun game, and I actually recently got a zapper, so I can actually play the light gun games now. And then one of the black box games, Gyromite, which I don't have Rob the Robot yet, but I need to get a Rob the Robot. So that's 4 games in this box. And so I got 2 NES, 1 Super Nintendo, and 1 N64 game. And I want to see just how much all of these are worth, just to see if this box was worth it. So I'm going to go on to price charting on my computer. So let's start with Star Wars. I know this one's a pretty common Star Wars game. Alright, the going loose price for this right now is about $6. Alright, now for Pinocchio on the Super Nintendo. Super Nintendo games have been going up in price a lot recently. So even the common ones. So I'm interested to see what the price charting is on this. Alright, so Pinocchio is $9 loose right now. A lot more than I thought. And then Gyromite, I know, is a very common NES game. It's everywhere. The other Rob the Robot game, Stack Up, is a lot more rare. But Gyromite you see everywhere. So I kind of expect this price, $4.17 loose. That's not a lot. And then Gacha, I kind of expected to be not worth a lot. Since it's an LGN title. And I was right, it's $2.74. That's not a lot. So the total of this Retro Game Treasure is actually $21.91, which may seem like a ripoff since it's not like high value games, but these are in really good condition. And I think they actually took the sticker that was here off of this Pinocchio, because I can see some residue. So they tried their hardest to make these look as good as possible. And I think they did that because there's a few options when you fill out the survey in the beginning when you sign up. And the first thing they ask you is what your retro game collecting level is. And you can either select, I'm just starting out, the more games the better, or I've been collecting for a year or more, I like a nice mixture of games. Or the third option, which is I consider myself a hardcore collector, which means condition is key. So I think since I selected that, all of these games look in really good condition. None of the labels are like torn or anything. They look, the labels actually look brand new. So I think because I selected that, these games look to be in great condition. There's like no stickers or anything. So if you really want games that don't look horrible, I would say select that option. So that's Retro Game Treasure. It has a really, really neat box. I love the box, and the insides are just great. All these little things in it. So yeah, it may seem like a ripoff to some because of the value of games that you might get, and it's sort of a gamble. But you have to consider that they have to like have a sort of a profit on this, and they buy these things in lots. And when you buy retro games in lots, a lot of the time they're going to be full of commons. So that's most likely what you're going to get. And the stuff on here, 3 of the things on here were actually on my wish list, I believe, which were Star Wars, Pinocchio, and Gyromite, because I did want to collect those. The only thing that wasn't on my wish list was Gacha. But it's a game that I don't have, so I still want it. I was going to sign up for GameCube, Game Boy, Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance, but I was kind of hesitant on that, mainly because GameCube games sometimes don't come in their case, and because Game Boy, Game Boy Color, and Game Boy Advance games are really, really cheap, so I just want to buy those. And because Game Boy Advance has a ton of shovelware on it. So that is Retro Game Treasure. I skipped the renewal for next month, but I will have one in January. I skipped one for next month because of Christmas and everything, and I want to buy stuff for family and everything. But it's $35 a month if you want to sign up for it, and you actually get a $3 off coupon if you sign up with the code Paleo. So if you want to sign up, go ahead. I just thought it was a really cool subscription service that actually caters to my interests. But speaking of retro games and everything, there's actually some other stuff I picked up, which is why this is a haul video and not strictly an unboxing video. So you may have seen in my NES rant video that I actually got an NES from eBay, and this one was actually really neat because I got the action set box. So this is really cool. I just have it sitting on my CRT TV over there. And yeah, it came with everything in it. It has a zapper and the connections and the 2 controllers. So yeah, really glad to actually have an NES. Though the unfortunate thing is that the 72-pin connectors don't work, which is a very, very common problem with the NES. So I did buy a new one. So I'm going to replace it at some point. Though I've heard about some other things that can kind of fix this problem with the 72-pin connector, where there's like the blinking light win mod. Instead of like replacing the 72-pin connector, you just have like this thing where it's like a board, so it doesn't have the NES game go down. It just like goes in. So I might get that at some point, but right now I just want to replace it because these are really cheap. You can just get them and then replace it. A couple of retro games that I bought at a local Trade It, which is a chain in North Carolina that sells a bunch of stuff, a bunch of crap in their store. But sometimes they're a little overpriced, but these ones I got for under their asking price on price charting, so I guess that's a good deal. And the first is a Super Nintendo game, a Super Mario All-Stars plus Super Mario World. I have the regular Super Mario All-Stars, but I didn't have this one. And I also have Super Mario World separately. So now I have all 3 of those. And the other game I got was Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time, the gold carts. Unfortunately, the label is kind of beat up, but I didn't have this one, so I don't have the gray cartridge either, so I just didn't have a copy of Ocarina of Time, so I finally got one. And the other thing I got from Trade It, which was actually a separate day, was Paper Mario The Thousand Year Door, which I finally have back. I used to have this as a teenager, and it's actually one of my favorite games of all time. Paper Mario's Thousand Year Door is excellent. And speaking of Paper Mario, I actually ordered this online when I got the 72-pin connector, because it was like something like if it's over a certain amount, you get free shipping. So I just got Super Paper Mario, which so that means the only Paper Mario I don't have right now is the N64 one, which I do need to get at some point, and then the new one that came out, which I'll probably get around Christmas sometime. So that's all the games, but now I have some Amiibo that I got, and one of them is actually the Smash Brothers Bowser, which these are starting to become a little bit harder to find just out in the wild. Especially the Smash Brothers versions of characters. Like I still don't have the Smash Brothers version of Yoshi, or what else? The Smash Brothers version of Donkey Kong and Diddy Kong. I don't have the Smash Brothers versions of them yet. So yeah, These are getting a little bit harder to find, but you can probably still find them for retail price or under. And then the other two that I got was when I was trying to find the NES Classic, was Robin at GameStop where I was waiting in line at. The Fire Emblem ones are getting a lot easier to find now. That's good news. Though I still don't have Ike. That's the only Fire Emblem one that I don't have. And then the other thing I got was a Boo. I wanted to get this as soon as possible because it's the glow-in-the-dark thing, and it looks really cool. So, yeah. And then I have some other ones coming in the mail, but those will be for another haul video. So that's it for this haul video. Hope you enjoyed it. And tell me what you think about Retro Game Treasure. Is it a ripoff? Do you think it's worth it? Worth the hassle? Because they do have to, like, go through everyone's subscription. And also see like, what people like. So I think the service is a bit worth it. So I think I'll keep up with them, especially since I don't really have that many retro games at the moment, so I do like something that will actually give me stuff every month. So even though I am skipping the renewal for next month, I'm very excited to see what I get in January. I've heard that some people prefer Video Games Monthly, which is a very similar service, but the thing is, you can only pay with PayPal on their site, and I can't use PayPal. So if they could have it to where I could just pay with my card, then yeah, I'd subscribe to that too, but unfortunately, I can't pay with PayPal. But anyways, tell me what you think down in the comments, and I'll see you next time. Bye.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Well, by now we're getting a bit used to winter. We're like soldiers in the middle of a campaign, growing hardened to discomfort and better able to take it.